control. It's going to be a fist fight for B main control and potentially a split to B later.
And already we're seeing some early aggression from Koi over to B main.
What is that?
Ned through the smoke. Now that's the first kill of VCT EMEA 2023, everybody.
See, Ned kicks it off. These two teams playing, yeah, for the season, playing for everything, but also for the first win in the Coliseum. It's going to be a lot of fun as Wolfen tries to fight a little bit into A main. Na'Vi are still spread out. They've got the numbers advantage. Now they can try to collect themselves and maybe broach their way into a split A hit.
Yeah, quite a pivot already now towards this A site. Obviously, there's two players holding out onto short, but it's some early impact. Just Wolfen not afraid to take these fights. Oh, and this could be quite impactful. Caught with his pants down. That's the first pick going their way, but obviously traded, leaving Stuck. So to fend for this A site alone, which he does end up falling, putting Navi in the front seat. Kodamenta by himself, trying to find some kills, but up against the three, it's just two, galore.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm interested to see how these teams adapt to it.
We're already seeing it, right?
Yeah.
4 light armors, and a lot of this was like the sheriff buys in the last round, which more teams are going to go for sheriffs, marshals, these types of things, because going for light armor just sort of guarantees you to have rifles almost every single round of the game. Na'Vi had a couple back in round number 2 that are going to carry over, and it's not your typical bonus round, right, where you would save on the players that maybe didn't have a gun. No, we're going to have very good firepower coming through from Na'Vi here.
I was a little bit concerned there, not going to lie. Angel was very far forward towards that A site. And, a lot of people were sort of talking about the first deaths he had in lock-in.
Yeah, he does like to take those early fights. We'll see if it ends up happening. CNED's been able to lodge himself in A main. Really good position, but not quite able to find that first kill. Just going to escape with the paranoia, the smoke, and the dash. A lot committed just to get him out of the spot, and he falls immediately.
Double-sided push onto this A site. Kodamenta holding on, doubles it up, and now Koi with a clear advantage. Na'Vi, how do you enter through here? Still got the assistance of Suigetsu on the sideline, but it's Zip and an Angel to find the following kill. Suigetsu alive, he's got the spike, but 30 seconds to work.
Yeah, he's going to pivot all the way back over to the B site. This alarm bot should trigger on him in mid, so they're very well aware of what's going to happen. He was hoping to find a shot, find something, because that door is still trapping him here.
Suigetsu. Let's see if you can find the first clutch.
15.
Of 2023 here in EMEA.
10 seconds
nothing
left.
to work with. The retake, not a lot for Koi to try and play with either, but they've got each other.
They're moving in quickly, and Suigetsu not here.
Yeah.
CNED with Blades helps out with economy. You've got Zipan. Close to that no command, can deny quite a bit. But I think the most important part is that kill zone. Lockdown, very close.
Yeah, lockdown just one off, and not a Sova on the opposite side to destroy that, but the Gecko, the KO, not going to be bad options. Oh, man. Face right tucked up in here in the wall for Starzo.
They're definitely putting pressure onto Koi here.
I really love that play, though. As a dive bomb shark, what was that from Wolfen trying to pinch on down? They had Trex flashing over the top of the smoke, too, but a little bit disjointed there. Still, I respect the effort. That's
it's respectable. I think we can say that much. And if it worked, it would have been marvelous. But for now, we hold. And so do Koi here. You can see Kodamenta very pushed up here onto this A site towards short. Kind of the defense of that site is down to him, the gatekeeper.
Yeah, and one of the things, Navi's been playing slow, but I think that having double smokes as a setup just makes it really hard for the defense to play through mid. We're seeing this wall, which really cuts off your options to play off of Cat, unless maybe you're trying to flash through, but even that's not the most reliable of options. And then, of course, you can't peek from deep CT because of this Viper wall either.
30
so
seconds left.
I really like the way Navi has been trying to play through mid and then work their way into the site.
Yeah, and Kodamenta here has got a really tough choice to make, to call rotations, to react in time, play for retake. It's not an easy choice to make, and obviously they're allowing Na'Vi to just waltz into this B site. Oh, but through the smoke, it's a victorious kill for Shadows, putting them right back in even grounds, but no, actually even giving them the advantage.
That's just insane. Shadows finding 2 there, very low time on the clock, and only 3 players alive.
Oh, he might even be able to use a lockdown, but Angel's pushing up very aggressively. Kodamenta putting him to bed quickly, but still, look how far Na'Vi going to play this. They're not going to let their opponents sit up, not at all. Suigetsu alone, but not able to win. That's what we've mostly been seeing, but they're also notorious for the shape up in pace, which is exactly what we're seeing here. Very aggressive onto this A side.
Oh wow, Trex able to find one there, and Wolfen, we've seen him so many times, wants to go for that aggressive peak, but no. Up numbers, 5 versus 4, no reason to throw yourself on the line. That's the type of play you make when you're down numbers. Instead, just going to group up, 2 players over towards tree, a tale as old as time as they try to re-peek into mid and just narrowly miss on that.
Yeah, they see Cena, they're like, I'm not sure I want to go up against a Turkish jet.
Oh no, is this alarm bot actually behind the Viper wall too? I didn't catch, because previously it had been in front, but wouldn't be of much value as Xiao makes quick work of Wolf from there.
Nice little flash drive, allowing Cena to push a little bit further forwards. Much pitch, just making sure they don't push further into tree, but the A site is what it's being given to them. We're looking at a 4 versus 4 retake.
Yeah, it could be a quick retake though with the lockdown if they want to drop that one in, but look at the control, the fight over tree. Sugetsu getting that kill shuts down any option to use the lockdown. It's so easy for the players near Switch and Cat to crunch in on tree and make that happen, so it actually comes down fairly late and fairly deep too.
It essentially funnels them into that heaven side where potentially Navi is there and waiting.
Retake coming in over Raptors now. 3 players coming through, but Angel finds 2!
Goodness.
And honestly, like, for whatever Gecko does for you.
Fighting mid, I guess.
Why not?
Trex, slow down a bit, buddy.
Wow, just bottom mid, absolutely rolling. I'm curious to see, I think a lot of times when I've seen this Viper on attack, on Ascent, I see her try to have a lineup to throw that orb bottom mid.
Yeah.
And what it can do is actually really punish teams that like to play forward, because you have full control over when you throw up and when you drop that smoke. But they're not doing that this time around. I think they've used maybe the Omen smoke before, but it would give them another option to sort of counteract that heavy mid aggro at start of round.
Navi look to move into A main. Well-timed paranoia will definitely deter them from that initial effort. So you can always see the pivoting happening from Koi. This should be a fairly clean endeavor. They've got Navi's number, really.
No reason for Cold to peek here. Just wait and trade off the teammates. Same thing with Sarso. You can see, not actually holding that
chill.
angle for the time being. It's a very deep off angle, and it's just Xiao in a 1v3.
Yeah, Xiao, this is a difficult one.
30 seconds left.
And I think there's not much more to be said after that. Maybe to save. You know, the economy on both sides isn't comfortable. So a rifle in his hands wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I have to respect the way Koi have played with a numbers advantage especially.
And Koi bringing that to the arsenal is
aggro mid.
Pretty nice. And we're seeing that again, but a different variation of it. Wolfen will get shut down quickly. Xiao.
What
quickly
happened?
to deal with that one.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to let Thrash rip up mid, but I don't know. I think the flash was perfect over the top of Tiles right there. I don't know if Wolfen maybe got caught by the flash or something, because updrafting there was not it.
Yeah, quite lapse in judgment. All right, Navi, closely to this B site, of course, have illustrated their presence. Koi telegraphing that have left just solo Shadows towards the A site to defend it with his own utility. So a stack up here is massive, and Starkso, together with a flash drive, is able to grab out 2, as simple as that. And they get away with their kills they've gathered, just fall back, and no reason to take the fight. Yes, a no command comes in, but why take on this fight?
Oh, Shadows is right here and destroys Angel. Heard everything that was going down. 2 versus 3 is not unplayable for Navi, but they're running straight into the Killjoy setup, and those mollies won't actually let you out of door. That's a lot of time that Shadows can buy.
30 seconds left.
And that alarm bot just triggers. They know exactly what's going on. The dagger doesn't catch out the Killjoy either. Nano Swarm delay, Shadows there with his gun, pulling the trigger against the smoke. Drops a classic, but it's in fear of falling further back. And, don't really want to be that behind from Koi this early on into the game. Obviously, we saw Koi in lock-in. They're good at starts of maps, but we've also seen them fail very, very quickly after that.
For sure. Right there we saw Angel trying to see if there was going to be an alarm bot. No alarm in mid this time, and interesting to get split hits through mid. And what's going to be the play, because they don't really have any ults to work with, do have flashes. Of course, Wingman can go for a plant, and they do have the Viper ult in the post. That's going to be something that may be difficult to work through for Koi.
Big change of pace for them for sure. Cena takes charge of the side. Oh, uncomfortable. Ends up low. And it's Tari to end up killing off Cena. Trex picks up one as well. Navi on the hot seat with only 3 against the 5 of Koi.
And Sugetsu is playing A main, so they're not actually going to use the ultimate here. No pit. Try and lock it down. Actually, he's going to come out now, but the retake's already in progress.
The Viper's pick comes in very, very late, which leaves Xiao to try and do this all by himself, up against 3, but
crazy, because it's not even like, you know, Navi's playing with wall hacks. And Starso is.
Yeah, and it's crazy that a lot of these kills are with Vandals as well, with guns that can be traced. Wolfen.
His
very aggressive pick
gotta hurt after that, right?
Yeah,
he just went at like 100 kilometers an hour straight into a wall. I don't know.
He's got to feel happy, though, that he's picked it up in the end. Angel trying to square up that numbers advantage. Now down at equal. Wolfen just updrafts on top of his smoke and picks off Angel.
I like
it's that simple. But look at this push in mid. Well, it's kind of a fallback actually from Na'Vi now that they have no idea of what's going on over TA main.
Yeah, it's less of a push and more of just a big chill in mid. You know, tucked over by Fridge, and now just waiting. Seeing if there is going to be that reaggress, I think, maybe as an idea. But I don't think that's something Koi do with a numbers advantage. You can see they've seeded mid control entirely. They're playing 2 in spawn, spotting that one out. Wolfen can jump up on the fountain here and look for another peek into mid, but even that might be a little bit ambitious.
Their backs against the wall for sure. And, you know, there's a lockdown available, no command for Koi. Tough cookie to crumble for sure.
Yeah, the post plant's not going to be fun. They have to get Trex and not actually lose a player on the hit.
Yep, Shadows spotting out Trex. No command, that's Trex down. Very important. Can they keep their players alive?
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think they contacted all the way up to stairs.
How the turntables. And now it's a 2v3. No command ready here for Koi. This is all possible for them. Will the no command be expended here by Shados? Obviously. Knowing that all 3 players are on site is the most important part.
They've got a lot of time. They can time out this KO ult and then decide to go for it if they want.
That's exactly what they've done. No more no command available.
Here
the lockdown drops. And look at CNED. He's pushing together with Zipan, and they'll be able to take it down. But they don't want to show their position. Not just yet. Peeking out through logs. It's Coordamenta and Now Na'Vi in mid. They've lost that clutch, even though that round seemed to be falling in their favor. It can be a little bit heartbreaking. But let's see if they can draw it right back up. Obviously, Angel, very experienced IGL. He can definitely bring the boys back.
Interesting that Wolfen's playing mid here. It doesn't even matter. I thought he was just going to get smoked off, but they just take the fight and kill him.
I mean, it doesn't matter if Angel's in the front line when he's doing the entry killing. But look at this B push. 2 defending for Koi. Shadows looking to respect Cloudburst, but no, they drop further backwards, still hold on to this market position, and maybe look to push in once again. Poison Cloud, they want to kill off the player on site before they enter, but it's bought so much time for Koi to move back to this B site. But no, they're lingering. They're actually dropping back even further. They're questioning whether there's a rotation in from Na'Vi. Na'Vi pushes to the site, gets the kill. The spike plant will be theirs, and Koi is on the back foot.
They need to fight forward here with Xiao. Xiao a little bit isolated in logs.
He's fine though, he's got a crossfire with Angel. And he can just peek out in time. Xiao, first kill of that fight. Coordamenta and Trex are dead men walking. Trex, Pikaru, but bye-bye.
We have full faith in him to do it. Hard to judge him too harshly for that one.
Ooh, Wolfen. He's just comfortable enough to push through mid like that. Of course he had the support from short, but how it worked out, I have no clue. Na'Vi now entering the B site. Cena trying to pull his team in with him, but he dies before his team has a chance to cross through that smoke. Shados just really picking them up. Oh, and he's just picking them up one by one.
You are trying to just full force your way into a site. You're going to run into trouble already with the Viper wall here that gets shut off instantly. That's a good catch coming out of Trex.
Yeah, 3 players detected there at the initial effort, so Navi having read that are happy to keep their 3 players holding that out. But if you notice, mid is sort of open for the taking. There is a bit of lurking going on here from CNED, but with that smoke, his vision is obscured.
Koi still with options. To me, it seems like this may end up being a split into B. Actually, as they pull Starkso back into mid, very likely ends up moving over towards the A site with a smoke to maybe get them either to cross or threaten. They're standing right outside of market. Not that Navi are playing for that necessarily. It seems pretty common after you lose the early engagement, fall back to the trenches, right? Especially focusing your attention on tree. Xiao's just going to try stall here for as long as possible.
Yeah, much bit dropping. That's going to delay, but with a dash, he's left Wolfen to spy. CNED with behind the smoke, somehow is able to stay alive. Angel, his Angel really, saving him. 3v3, CNED into his own smoke, comes out of it. Trex there to receive him. And just like that, Zipan and Suigetsu on the conversion, trying to get here quickly. But if you look at Koi's health, they're not that healthy. Could be picked up easily.
Yeah, they could do a lot of damage here. No flashes for Zipan to get into the fight, so it's going to be all about the guns. And switching over to the Frenzy is perfect, especially on how low these players are. Suigetsu has to be able to find Starkso. But will he clear left instead of right? That's the gamble he has to take. I love that they're grouping together.
Yeah, they're moving it together, that's for sure. Starkso with the first one just swings by. Ferrari peak Zipan. not really anticipated to be in that position.
Expired, but you can see Trex did not actually upgrade. And I think this is largely part because of what money they ended up on, but also because they do have the comfortable lead.
Quite a bit of comfort. 6 rounds for NAVI to try and square things up. And this is definitely a round that could get them started in that pursuit.
There it is again. One thing is, though, I think the last time when it was in A main, there were players in A main and it didn't actually spot them. So now I'm questioning how reliable actually that does end up being for them. Because obviously, in order to have it go straight up and straight down, like it's a pretty awkward angle that may not catch if they are close. But there you have him using it again. Just
a shout out to observers here, really highlighting Gecko. Obviously, this is one of the first times we see him in competitive play, so thank you for that. Zilv and Mel, by the way, for everybody watching.
I feel like the camera work has been less sus than I'm used to with Mel, so I don't really know how to feel.
Yeah, it's a change of pace, right? Okay, well.
Ooh, check out that the one-way on the Viper. Just because, again, the agents you see a little bit less of. I know we had like the Viper Renaissance back at lock-in, and you started seeing her on a lot more maps that you weren't used to. But this one-way is really nasty, and the cooldown of it is going to be back up for her to pop and really solid to hit. What can you do?
Well, NAVI electing to not hold the site, instead go for the tree setup. Ooh, quite a lot of expenditure towards that position, and the cross is coming forth. Koi looking to enter this, and they've been successful in getting in here without dropping any players, but they don't have much time to get that plant down. Cine with the first pick. Uncomfortable Trex also gets shut down. Shadows trying to put his name on the board, but this is getting dangerous. The spike is still not down. It's down in spawn, and they have to get the kills. No time remaining. That is NAVI.
Main. This could be bad, and one being noted has caused the rotates to come in from NAVI.
The crucial thing, they're not moving into short, which is where NAVI has a setup 2 rounds consecutively. Prowler not spotting anybody. Snakebite will be delaying together the dark cover. For the lockdown to prop for them to push forwards.
The fragment, literally everything. Wow. So much stall, so the lockdown doesn't actually...
It doesn't. All that utility just nullified the effect of it, and Angel is just fragging! No way! And now the Starkso to himself, but he's just walking on a field of...
I know we had a big old pause at the start of the game, but the players were actually allowed to talk to their coaches throughout that pause because the game actually hadn't started. And I can't help but feel like that's a nice situation to be, especially cooking against, you know, a very strange composition. Maybe seeing Gecko double smokes. Can't imagine they played against that a ton.
No. Definitely a fresh experience.
But here you have it, right? You're not getting fought in A main, so they're just trying to set up for the attack. And it comes in at 110 because they didn't use that cooldown right off the rip.
They're moving in quickly. That's for sure. Zipan within the smoke, though, is trying to surprise. No more. Koi, for the first time in a while, are winning out on these first strikes and do not want Zipan to be alive for it.
Absolutely perfect. Contact up through A main and then burst out onto the site. Don't let the util players bust out the mollies in their hands and throw it in. You just catch them completely off guard.
But NAVI, they've got an Uno reverse card. And Shao, apparently. This is far from done. This is far from over. Dash from Cena, trying to bait out Koi's position. Spray downs. Maybe when they reload, NAVI will choose to push in. Cena walking a little bit further forward, his teammate right behind him. All of them from heaven. Breaking the eye. On a bit further, Trex and Shadows peek simultaneously. And it's all down to Shao. They know exactly where he is, they know exactly what he's doing, and they are patient to peek at the right moment. Koi on the 11th. Using this first map out, NAVI, though, has had a greater grasp of this defense. Koi just had a greater lead on their first half.
This setup from Koi is interesting, though. Playing for ult orbs on Trex, of all people, just trying to snowball him ahead. Well, Wolfen's just kind of camped outside of A main, playing a very tight angle, actually, in front of the alarm bot. The rest of the team is going to rotate over, and I wonder if Coldement is going to try to, you know, sell some attention over on B, maybe end up ulting over towards A later on, or could just go for the more standard late lurk through mid.
Yeah, I'm curious if they will be seeing some creative rotation game going on. Both of the Omens have
look at this.
From the shadows.
Just the Prowler has pulled CNED away from Cat up into watching main, right? They want a gun at the ready to try and shut down this hit, and then if the jet falls right on the attacking side, then it's much easier to sort of overlay your utility and stall out that hit. But that has opened up mid for Coldamentus lurk.
And CNED holding it out, can't quite use his dash with the dagger
central,
inflicting the mark.
What is going on? They're rotating through spawn all over the place.
No, they're sticking to A.
Yeah, well, because Trex did end up coming all the way over, so they could end up looking
No way! Wolfen just jet diffed CNED, and he doubles up onto Suigetsu. 2 players without their heads, and now Navi left with 3. Their backs are really up against the wall. This is the first map of the series, and Navi's map no less. Losing this puts them at a really bad spot.
Zippen and Xiao have to do something. They've got so many flashes to work with, but Trex over on Cat. Xiao needed to find that fight. Now he's spent 10 or more seconds hunting down that kill.
Oh, and Trex is just moving further and further away. Xiao very eager to pick Trex off.
But there could be even another flank. You can see that Shados is actually now taking down the Cat.
Coin playing it comfortable, playing it safe. No reason to overpeak. And as you said, they've got the guarantee
But
of the
they
rotation,
are.
the backstab. Xiao moving forwards, but he doesn't have much time. Yet again, reminding you of the back push from Shados. Finally making his presence known. Xiao of the entrance of A and still be faster to the trigger than CNED.
Oh yeah.
That speaks volumes.
Just better in that instance. And Koi too, it looked like they came up with that sort of on the fly because they had the Omen ult. They wanted to get him into backside. Hey, he wanted to go heavy on the dive with that. That's actually why they rotated Trex, because they still needed some kind of mid-lurk. The shot doesn't connect.
Oh, he's needed some time to warm up.
How does he live there?
22 points of health. Still breathing, still living, still with the ability to use his gun. But Navi, you can tell the pressure is on. Making a few little mistakes here and there.
Yeah, Koi saw a lot of players over towards B, so they're quickly trying to split into A, but the stall is here once again.
They've got so much in store to stop this from happening. You can't enter from short, you can't enter from main. Good luck with that.
But they have 50 seconds now. The time is there. It's not though, as Angel and Zippen shred.
And when the utility's obsolete, there are guns there to stop you. Suigetsu in the corner to 50 points of health. Brings out the classic. Angel's there to help though. The captain is here to stop them. Shados doubles up. And there's a grand opportunity for Koi to bring it right back up. Lockdown available. Thrasher thrown. Trex, he's in big trouble. CNED shut him down. And it's down to Xiao. Alone. Lockdown tries to kill off Trex, but Trex has got his number. Map number 1 goes to Koi.